next chakra that we're going to take care of is going to do with the brow chakra. Now notice where we put our hands. The hands are at the level of the brow, right? And notice as you do this, you already feel like you want to squeeze those hands. Really good. Now, this is a bit hard to explain. We have to put some pressure behind the eyes. And I don't know how to explain it, but behind the eyes. And then we're going to yawn, but we direct our yawning into the front of the brain, into the eyes, so to say. Okay, there we go. Notice that the sound that I made is a little lower than when we did it for the crown chakra. Right? So it was, instead of, now it was, oh my gosh. And again, notice that I'm saying, my gosh, this feels so good. Notice that I'm turning and twisting a little bit. Notice that my head is backwards a little bit. That's important. Notice my spine is a bit arched backwards. And again, we're going to yawn into the brow. Put pressure behind the ears, behind the eyes. Oh, this is so good. Okay. Something to be aware of. Notice when I did this with my hands, notice that you're squeezing your fingers, but also you do things with your wrist. Isn't it something? You know? And actually we've got lymph nodes in the wrists, in the elbows, and of course under the armpits and in the chest area. So when we do that, we actually stretch all the vessels that also have to do with the lymph system. And they actually pick up the waste products that our muscles give off when we stretch the muscles. Because those muscles want to get rid of those waste products. Okay. Another thing, when you yawn, notice there are 3 phases. First is, you breathe in, then you hold your breath, notice, notice how long I held my breath, and then you breathe out. And now, the most important of those 3 phases is actually the middle phase. Of course, you have to breathe in for oxygen. But then the oxygen works with the carbon in your body and turns into carbon dioxide. Now, the carbon dioxide, as you hold your breath in your body while you're yawning, the carbon dioxide dissolves all kinds of waste products that you've got in your body. So people that have arthritis, or rheumatoid arthritis, or rheumatism, or people that go through fibromyalgia and have pain in their muscles and in the end of their nerves, you know, those crystals are getting dissolved. So important. The breathing out, of course, is important because that lets go of the carbon dioxide. But to keep the carbon dioxide in the body is important. It's not just something that we have to do thoughtless. So think about it. It's a beautiful process. Next thing we're going to do now is we're going to pay attention to the throat chakra. Now the throat chakra has to do with how we express ourselves. Remember, the crown chakra is our spiritual health. The brow chakra is imagination, inspiration, and intelligence. The throat chakra has to do with how we speak about it, how we answer to our calling, our vocation. Right? Now, when we concentrate on the throat chakra, another thing is going to happen when we yawn. The lymph vessels, they are going to actually dump their charge under the clavicles. Those lymph vessels, they join up with the red blood system and they dump all that stuff into the red blood system. By the way, the kidneys can do the work only well if there is enough lymph liquid in the blood. It's almost like your washing machine won't work too well if you don't put soap powder in it, if you don't put soap in it. And you could almost say part of that lymph that gets dumped into the red blood system makes sure that the kidneys do their work really well, so that the filtering can be done well. So it's important that we do it with the yawning. Alright? Neat, huh? How it goes. Alright. So we're gonna now put our hands like this on the same level as the throat, right? Remember, crown, brow, throat chakra. And we're going to really yawn into this whole area. And the sound is going to be lower again. So there we go. And we're going to even pay more attention to the shoulders. Because remember, this is the throat chakra. The throat chakra has to do with your answer to your calling. Has to do with the weight on your shoulders, the responsibility on your shoulders. And you know, most of us take way too much on our shoulders. Or we get much too much to put on our shoulders and we want to get rid of it. So if we start squeezing it out, those muscles, right, we actually squeeze out all that stress that our muscles picked up. Ah, good. Let's yawn in again. And notice the sound. Oh, my partner, he is just making the right sound. Oh, so good. Right. And notice again, we tumble a little bit left and right. We turn our torso a bit. It's good for the spine. Notice the head is backwards. Notice we can put the arms right again. Notice when we do that, the shoulders get loose. This gets rid of all that stuff that you wanted to get rid of in here. And again, we're supposed to say this feels good. All right, okay. I hope eventually that comes by itself.